9.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
The best ideas are free with Ben Young from Bwaggy.com.
Yes, we're looking at ideas with Ben Young, bwaggy.com, bwaggy.com. Good morning.
Good morning.
And today we're talking Google Plus, which is the something that everyone's talking about on Twitter and Facebook right now.
Yes, so Google Plus is essentially Facebook for Google, kind of.
Yeah.
It's Google trying to get into social networking.
It's their roll of the dice on this one, isn't it?
Yeah. They've tried little bits and pieces before, but I think this is their overall big push.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've got tons of other features coming out. But in short, they launched it, was it Thursday last week?
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday.
It was middle to late last week. And, like anything else they've launched, any major launch, they've done it invite only for the first few million, which makes a lot of sense. And they've got some cool features in terms of they've got circles. And so what circles is it's a feature to kind of build relationships with all of your friends and establish what those are in terms of you can have a work circle, a road trip circle, like a big event where you had a whole lot of friends that went on that. You can have something that friends, family, distant family, or whatever you want, really. Yeah. And then you associate people with those different circles.
So it's kind of what Facebook rolled out with their groups feature, but it's kind of clunky and hard to arrange your friends. But this is easy drag and drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess the interface is just much more intuitive and it makes more sense. The interesting thing from my perspective is that I think it was Charles Handy in the 90s, who's a management writer. He came up and discussed this concept of the donut organisation. Yeah. And he was saying the future of the knowledge economy, and this is back in the early 90s, is a whole lot of freelancers, people shifting from project to project and working with multiple companies at once, and they form themselves into little groups and projects around a particular topic. Yeah. And these are like a reverse donut. And when you look at the visualization of the circle, it's almost the exact visualization he had. Huh. And what he's acknowledging is that our social relationships and also work relationships are less defined and less rigid than they were, 20 or 30 years ago. Yeah. And that we do shift between a lot of interests. Yeah. So it was just real interesting to kind of see that tied in. Yeah. They've got something called Hangouts. And we've had to play with this.
Yeah, very impressive. So that's Google's play at group video calling. Yeah. And so it's easy to set up. You click on create a hangout, then you decide what people you want in there or what circle you want to include in there, and you just wait for people to join. And then you've got everyone in a little video screen down the bottom, and whoever's talking comes up into the larger screen at the top. So it actually does the video switching for you. Skype have been trying to do this for a long time, and they have had limited success, but there's always been the problems with compatibility across platforms. But this all just works inside the browser. Simple. Yeah,
really that's what amazes me about this, and we've had a few conversations over the last week since it first launched, is that so many other people have been trying to do this for years and years and years. Yeah. And you and I have both been waiting on this for ages. And Skype kind of brought it in a software capacity, but Google's just launched a whole social network and given it to everyone. And it sits inside the browser, and it just works. Yeah, yeah. Like it's no small engineering feat, right?
It's almost like they said, we'll create this, we'll do the social network. Oh, we may as well have video calling. It's easy to do, so we'll just chuck it in there. Whereas, these other platforms are gone, how do we do this?
Yeah, yeah. Huge amount of bandwidth to support that.
No doubt.
But one other thing which I was talking with Glenn about was when you're Facebook and you're growing, you stagger how you grow in terms of, if the product works, you add 1,000 people, and then if it goes really well, suddenly you're at 10,000, then you're at 20,000, then you're at 50,000. And there's this gradual organic growth. And for a young company, that's tough to manage. But on the flip side, Google is a massive company, but when they launch a product like this, they're not launching it to 10,000 people. They're launching it to probably 1 to 3 million on day one, and then maybe in 250,000 people increments. Yeah. Like with Google Buzz, when they rolled that out public, that was activated on 350 million Google accounts. So, like, even for experimental products,
Yeah, it's full on.
there's a lot of cost behind that.
Now look, it's hard to crystal ball gaze, and if you could be a crystal ball gazer, then you could probably be earning billions of dollars for putting your money in the right place. But is this the beginning of Facebook turning into MySpace?
Too early to tell. Like, it's only been a week, but I think it's great to have a real contender. With Facebook, it hasn't felt like there has been a real contender for social networking. And I think a lot of people found difficulty with that in terms of just there being one place. It's great to have some competition to keep them honest. Google still does need to get the networks on there.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get all your peers on there, it doesn't hold much relevance. And
it also comes down to how many social networks can an individual really cope with.
Yeah.
Because when I'm posting something, say particularly about the show, I don't want to go to Twitter, Facebook, and to Google. And I also don't want to do an aggregator. I don't just want to spam everything all at once through one service either. I want to personalise where I go, but I don't want to go to heaps of places.
Well, one of the interesting things about social networks, when people discuss them, the future trend that they're talking about is social networks integrating into our day-to-day life. In terms of they want Facebook to be everywhere. And the interesting thing about that is Google already is everywhere. Now they're adding social back into it.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to find yourself using Google Plus without realising.
Yeah.
And one day it's kind of, hey, wow, this is amazing.
One thing, they've now introduced the plus element to the toolbar at the top.
Yeah.
So if you're in Gmail or in your documents or in your calendar, it's ever present at the top, and you can share anything from that toolbar as well, which I've already done and found I didn't even need to go to the Google Plus page. I could just do it from wherever I was.
So that's an exact example. It has that ubiquity from day one. If you think about it, I think Plus is already on Android phones.
Yes, great wee app. I forgot to mention that.
And their Plus is going into the App Store. For iPhones. So they're already getting that ubiquity very, very quick. What I also like, from my perspective, is it integrates into search results. So suddenly, if you like a website, you can just share that with the click of a button, and then it shows all your friends that. And I've started to notice the impact it has for me when I do some searches and I see that someone else has liked this page, someone that I know and trust. That page has more prominence than anything else on that page, like on the listings of results. Because you zoom in on that straight away, like someone else I know has visited this page, and they've got what they've wanted, so they've liked it.
So, do you think within the stream on Google Plus, the topics that are talked about the most, and also plus one the most, will rise to the top of your stream? That's the same exact model which Facebook uses. When you log in, they show you the most interesting content based on your previous likes, comments, and clicks. But there's also another trend which I've been noticing over the last 12 months is people are checking into their personal / social media multiple times during the day. Several years ago, and I guess it's still the same, people would check Trade Me, The Herald, Stuff, BBC, and probably a few other niche sites, like maybe a sports site or a racing site or something, like that. But with the rise of social media, suddenly you've added a fifth or a sixth on there, which is checking into say dig.com or checking into Facebook or checking into Twitter. And you might not say anything, but you're still consuming that. It's kind of like another start page. And it's interesting that Google is now slotting themselves in alongside that. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? We could be in a completely different space next week, that's for sure. Check out Waggy, Ben Young over at waggy.com, also on Twitter as well. And we'll see you next week.